It's Belinda Weaver here from Copyright Matters. I am just about to start one of 2 kid-free days I have in my week. Like many people, I have children. Who would have thought other people have children? But they're quite small. Only one of them's at school and the other one is at home with me. And I have 2 kid-free days in the week, Mondays and Fridays. And today is Friday. And the days I have are short days. So I need to finish up work by 2:15 to go and do the school and daycare pickups and all that kind of jazz. So between now and when I have to finish my day, I have a lot to do. And I need to make sure that I stay focused on the things that really need to get done, not just the things I would like to do or the things that are fun to do, looking at you, Facebook. So the things I need to get done, but also the things that will further my goals. It's also really important to make time for those. Some days, it's just the things that need to get done. On most days, I have more things that need to get done than I have time. So I wanted to very quickly run you through the process I just went through to map out my day. And the first step is to know how much time you have available to work. So if you have appointments or you like to take a lunch break or things like that, factor that into your available time. For me, I get back from school pickup, if everything goes smoothly, by just before 9. So I need to be at my desk by 9 o'clock. And I have to wrap up my workday by 2:15 so I can get back to school for pickup. So that gives me 5 hours. It gives me a little bit more, but let's call it 5 hours. So what I need to do is I then need to look at my to-do list and work out the things that I can get done in 5 hours. But more importantly, the things I need to get done and how long I can spend on those things in 5 hours. So what I do is I do a little Pomodoro map, you see. So I look at my to-do list and I use To-Do app and I look at all the things I need to get done. And on today, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things on my list. Now, I am not going to get 12 things because some of those things are going to take an hour and a half and some of them are going to take 5 minutes. So what I've actually done is I've been through my to-do list and said, actually, what can be done next week? And I've pushed that over into my next week's bin. Bucket's probably a better word. So I push the things that don't need to be done today over into next week because there's no point cluttering up my to-do list with things that aren't a priority. The next thing I've done is I've worked out the top priority. I have a coaching call today, so that's a top priority. I need to factor that in. That is an hour and a half. I need to prepare for the coaching call. That is an hour. And then I have some client copy to write, and I'm going to spend an hour and a half on that. So already, and I break my time up in Pomodoros, so 25-minute intervals with 5-minute breaks. So my client copy gets 3 Pomodoros. My coaching call prep gets 2 Pomodoros. My coaching call gets 3 Pomodoros, which gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 hours out of my 5 already booked up with the things that really need to be done today, things that I cannot move. And then that gives me 1 hour for other things. So out of the 12 things on my to-do list, 3 of them are going to take 4 out of the 5 working hours I have available today. So that gives me 1 hour left, and I need to make the most of that hour. Now, part of it is spent planning. Part of it is talking to you right now, but I also like to keep at least 30 minutes for drift because I know that many of the things that I do today will take longer than I suspect. Now, for instance, my client copy writing, I'm going to allow an hour and a half for. This is a bigger project. I could actually spend the whole 5 hours writing this client copy, but I'm only allocating an hour and a half today. But I suspect if I get in the zone, I might want to take a bit longer. Or my coaching call, I've allowed an hour and a half and I've allowed an hour for the preparation of that call, but it might go a bit longer. So I like to have at least 30 minutes of drift. And today I have 30 minutes of planning and doing the Facebook Live. And poof, that is my 5 hours all used up. So the reason I spend some time doing this at the beginning of each day, and I also do it at a higher level on a Sunday night, so I'm looking at the whole week, is so that I don't have 12 things on my daily to-do list and feel like a big sack of poo at 2:15 when I drive off to school, because I haven't got all the things done. I only did 3 things. But as I just mentioned, those 3 things are important, they're priorities, and they're things I'm getting paid for. And they also require more time. So it's really important to strike a balance between the things that have to be done, the things that will further you towards your goal, things that can wait until next week, and figure out how much time you're going to spend on each one. So I mentioned my client copywriting. I could actually just spend the whole 5 hours working on my client copy, but I am going to be setting my timer, and when that hour and a half finishes, I have to finish and I have to move on to the next thing. So that's a way that you can make sure that you don't drift on the first thing you're tackling for the day and completely bomb your to-do list. So some quick tips just to wrap up are, at the beginning of your day, don't just start at the top of your list and work down. Spend some time planning out what you need to get done and how long you have to work in a day. Then match up how long you're going to spend on individual tasks, and do not try and get more done than you have time for, because it just leads to stress and anxiety. And by using the Pomodoro technique and mapping out 30-minute intervals for your task, it means that when the timer goes off, you have a 5-minute break. And when that Pomodoro bundle finishes, you move on to the next task, even if you really want to keep doing it. If you want to keep making progress, then you have to be able to stop one thing and move on to the next thing that really needs to be done. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to get to the end of the day and go, oh, there was that really, really, really important thing that I'm getting paid for and I didn't do it. So now I need to do it tonight. Friday night, no thank you. Or I need to get up early tomorrow and do it. Or I need to do it on the weekend, because now I'm behind schedule. And I'm behind schedule because I didn't stay true to my plan and map my tasks out. Now, I wrote a blog post about this for Copyblogger, basically how I manage a membership, run a course, run my business, do client copywriting, have a podcast, take care of my family with about 12 hours of childcare a week. And I'm not saying that to brag, no one needs a medal, but it means I need to be extremely on to my time management. I'm just having a look at the clock. I've got 3 minutes left of this Pomodoro, so I'm going to wrap this up so I have time to make a cup of tea before my next Pomodoro starts. I would love to know from you, do you do something similar? Do you map out your time and your tasks, or is it a bit more haphazard? And how does that work for you? I would love to know, because I am all about productivity tips. They make me so happy. So I would love to hear yours. I hope you have a fantastic Friday and you get to chill out this weekend. No work, right? See you later.